Hey there, have you ever felt like you're constantly being pulled in a million different directions? Like the noise and chaos of the world are drowning out your own thoughts and desires? If so, you're not alone. In today's fast-paced, always-on society, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of external demands and expectations. But what if I told you that the key to finding true happiness, success, and fulfillment lies in doing the opposite? What if I told you that the secret to unlocking your full potential is to be silent and focus on yourself? Now, I know what you might be thinking. Focus on myself. Isn't that selfish? But here's the thing, taking care of yourself, nurturing your own growth and well-being is not selfish at all. In fact, it's the most selfless thing you can do. Because when you're at your best, when you're living in alignment with your true values and purpose, you have so much more to give to the world. So how do you start focusing on yourself? How do you cut through the noise and distractions and tune into your own inner voice? Well, it all starts with silence. You see, silence is a powerful tool. It's a way to create space in your life, to slow down and reflect, to get in touch with your own thoughts and feelings. In a world that's always telling us to do more, be more, and have more, silence is a radical act of self-care. But it's not always easy to find silence, is it? Especially if you're used to being constantly on the go, constantly connected, constantly stimulated. That's why it's so important to create intentional moments of silence in your day. Whether it's taking a few deep breaths before you start your morning routine, going for a quiet walk in nature, or simply sitting in stillness for a few minutes between tasks, these small acts of silence can make a big difference in your overall well-being. And as you start to cultivate more silence in your life, something amazing starts to happen. You start to hear your own voice more clearly. You start to get in touch with your own desires, your own dreams, your own unique path in life. Because here's the thing, we're all born with a specific purpose, a specific set of talents and gifts that we're meant to share with the world. But so often we get distracted by external expectations and pressures. We start to believe that we have to fit into a certain mold, follow a certain path in order to be successful or happy. But the truth is, your path is your own. Your definition of success is yours to create. And the only way to discover what that looks like is to be silent and focus on yourself. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Focusing on yourself, going against the grain of societal expectations can be scary. It can feel like you're taking a risk, like you're stepping into uncharted territory. But here's what I've learned over the years. The biggest risks in life are the ones we don't take. The biggest regrets are the chances we don't seize, the dreams we don't pursue, the versions of ourselves we don't allow to come to life. So, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're not living up to your full potential, I invite you to take a risk. I invite you to be silent and focus on yourself. I invite you to get curious about what makes you come alive, what sets your soul on fire. And as you start to explore those questions, as you start to get in touch with your own inner wisdom, something amazing starts to happen. You start to gain clarity. You start to feel more confident, more empowered, more in control of your own life. Because when you're focused on yourself, when you're tuned into your own needs and desires, you start to make better choices. You start to say no to the things that drain you and yes to the things that inspire you. You start to set boundaries and take care of yourself in a way that allows you to show up more fully in the world. And as you do that, as you start to live more authentically and purposefully, you start to attract the right people and opportunities into your life. You start to build a community of like-minded individuals who support and encourage you, who challenge you to grow and evolve. Because here's the thing, when you're focused on yourself, when you're living in alignment with your true self, you start to radiate a kind of magnetic energy. People are drawn to you, not because of what you do or what you have, but because of who you are. And that, my friend, is the ultimate goal. To be so in touch with yourself, so authentic and genuine, that you inspire others simply by being yourself. To create a life that feels good from the inside out, a life that allows you to make a positive impact on the world simply by showing up as your best self. But it all starts with silence. It all starts with focusing on yourself. It all starts with getting quiet enough to hear your own inner voice and then having the courage to follow where it leads. So if you're ready to take that leap, if you're ready to start living a life that feels truly authentic and fulfilling, I encourage you to start today. Start by creating a few moments of silence in your day, even if it's just a minute or two. Start by getting curious about what lights you up, what makes you feel alive. And then start taking small steps in the direction of your dreams. Start saying yes to the things that align with your values and no to the things that don't. Start surrounding yourself with people who lift you up and inspire you to be your best self. It won't always be easy. There will be challenges and obstacles along the way. But when you're focused on yourself, when you're tuned into your own inner wisdom, you have the resilience and the strength to overcome anything. Because at the end of the day, the most important relationship you have is the one with yourself. The most important investment you can make is in your own growth and well-being. And the most important legacy you can leave is one of authenticity, purpose, and joy. So be silent, my friend. Focus on yourself. Trust in the journey and know that you have everything you need within you to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. It's not about being perfect, it's about being true to yourself. It's not about having it all figured out, it's about being willing to learn and grow. It's not about reaching some external destination, it's about falling in love with the person you're becoming along the way. And as you do that, as you start to live more authentically and purposefully, you start to create a ripple effect. You start to inspire others to do the same, to be silent and focus on themselves, to discover their own unique path and purpose. Because that's what the world needs more of, people who are willing to be true to themselves, people who are willing to stand in their own power and light, people who are willing to stand in their own power and light, people who are willing to lead by example and show others what's possible. So be one of those people. Be a beacon of hope and inspiration in a world that so desperately needs it. Be silent, focus on yourself, and trust that by doing so, you're not only changing your own life, but the lives of countless others. And remember, this is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, moments of clarity and moments of confusion. But through it all, keep coming back to yourself. Keep getting quiet, keep tuning in, keep trusting in the wisdom and guidance that lies within. Because when you do that, when you make yourself the priority, everything else starts to fall into place. Relationships improve, opportunities arise, and life starts to feel more like a beautiful adventure than a constant struggle. So be brave, be bold, and be silent. Focus on yourself and watch as your world starts to transform in ways you never thought possible. This is your invitation, your call to adventure. This is your chance to step into the fullest, most authentic version of yourself. This is your opportunity to create a life that feels good, a life that matters, a life that matters, a life that leaves a lasting impact on the world. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and get quiet. Listen to the voice within, the voice that knows your true path and purpose. And then take one small step in the direction of your dreams. Because that's all it takes, one small step, one moment of silence, one decision to focus on yourself. And from there, anything is possible. So go out there and make it happen. Be silent, focus on yourself, and trust in the incredible journey that lies ahead. Your best life is waiting for you, and it all starts with a single moment of stillness and self-reflection. Embrace the silence, embrace yourself, and embrace the beautiful, messy, wonderful adventure of life. You've got this, and I can't wait to see where your journey takes you. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And the journey of creating a life that truly feels like your own begins with a single moment of silence, a single choice to focus on yourself. It's not always easy to prioritize yourself, especially in a world that's constantly demanding your time and attention. But when you make the conscious decision to be silent and focus on yourself, you start to reclaim your power. You start to take back control of your life, your choices, and your happiness. And as you do that, as you start to make yourself a priority, something incredible starts to happen. You start to feel more energized, more inspired, more alive. You start to tap into a deep well of creativity and intuition that you never even knew existed. Because when you're focused on yourself, when you're tuned into your own needs and desires, you start to see the world through a different lens. You start to notice opportunities and possibilities that you might have missed before. You start to approach challenges and obstacles with a sense of curiosity and resilience, knowing that every setback is simply a chance to learn and grow. And as you continue on this path of self-discovery and self-focus, you start to build a deeper sense of trust in yourself. You start to believe in your own abilities, your own wisdom, your own unique gifts and talents. This is the power of being silent and focusing on yourself. It's not about being selfish or self-centered. It's about being self-aware and self-honoring. It's about recognizing that you have a responsibility to yourself, to your own growth and well-being, and that by fulfilling that responsibility, you're better able to show up for others in a meaningful way. Because when you're taking care of yourself, when you're filling your own cup, you have so much more to give to the world around you. You have more energy, more patience, more compassion, more love. You're able to be a better partner, a better friend, a better leader, a better human being. But it all starts with being silent and focusing on yourself. It all starts with taking that first step, with making that first choice to prioritize your own needs and desires. And I know it can be scary. I know it can feel like you're going against the grain, like you're breaking some unwritten rule that says you're supposed to put everyone else first. But here's the thing: that rule is a lie. That rule is a recipe for burnout, resentment, and unhappiness. The truth is, when you put yourself first, when you make your own well-being a priority, everyone benefits, your relationships improve, your work becomes more meaningful, and your life takes on a new sense of purpose and joy. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you've lost touch with yourself amidst the noise and chaos of the world, I invite you to take a moment of silence. I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what do I need right now? What would make me feel more alive, more aligned, more authentic? And then take one small step in the direction of that answer. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It doesn't have to be a major life overhaul. It can be something as simple as saying no to a social invitation that doesn't feel right, or saying yes to a new hobby or passion that lights you up. The key is to start somewhere, to start prioritizing yourself in small, consistent ways. Because as you do that, as you build that muscle of self-focus and self-care, you start to create a momentum that carries you forward. You start to gain clarity and confidence, and you start to attract more of what you want into your life. And yes, there will be challenges along the way. There will be moments of doubt and fear, moments when you question whether you're on the right path. But that's where the power of silence comes in. That's where the power of focusing on yourself becomes so invaluable. Because when you're connected to yourself, when you're tuned into your own inner wisdom, you have a built-in guidance system. You have a way of navigating the ups and downs of life with grace and resilience, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity for growth and transformation. So trust in that guidance system, trust in yourself. Keep coming back to that place of silence and self-reflection. Keep making choices that align with your deepest values and desires. And as you do that, as you continue on this path of self-discovery and self-focus, know that you're not alone. Know that there's a whole community of people out there who are on the same journey, who are cheering you on and supporting you every step of the way. Imagine you're walking through life, minding your own business, when suddenly someone comes along and hurts you. It could be a physical hurt like a punch or a shove, or it could be an emotional hurt like an insult or a betrayal. In that moment, every instinct in your body is screaming at you to react, to fight back, to defend yourself. But I'm here to tell you that the true path to strength and power is to do the exact opposite. Be silent and never react. You see, when someone hurts you, they're expecting a reaction. They want to see you get angry or upset or even fight back. They feed off that energy, and it gives them a sense of control over you. But when you remain silent and unresponsive, you take that power away from them. You become an immovable object, a force to be reckoned with. It's not easy, I know. It goes against everything we've been taught about standing up for ourselves and not letting others push us around. But the truth is, reacting to someone who hurts you only gives them more ammunition. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. It just makes the situation worse. Instead, try this. Take a deep breath and let the hurt wash over you. Acknowledge it, feel it, but don't let it control you. Imagine yourself as a rock in a river with the water rushing around you but never moving you. You are solid, unshakable, unmovable. And here's the thing: when you refuse to react, you send a powerful message to the person who hurt you. You're telling them that their actions have no effect on you, that you are above their petty attempts to bring you down. You're showing them that you are stronger than they could ever imagine. But it's not just about the other person. Being silent and never reacting is also about taking care of yourself. When you react to someone who hurts you, you're giving them the power to control your emotions, your thoughts, your actions. You're letting them dictate how you feel and what you do. But when you stay silent, you're taking that power back. You're choosing to focus on your own well-being, your own peace of mind. And let me tell you, there is nothing more powerful than a person who knows how to keep their cool in the face of adversity. When you can remain calm and collected no matter what life throws at you, you become a force to be reckoned with. You radiate confidence and strength, and people can't help but be drawn to you. But I know what you're thinking. Isn't this just letting people walk all over you? Isn't this just being a doormat? And the answer is no, absolutely not. being silent and never reacting doesn't mean you're weak or passive. In fact, it's the opposite. It takes incredible strength and courage to hold your tongue when every fiber of your being wants to lash out. Think about it this way: if someone is trying to hurt you, they're probably coming from a place of pain themselves. They may be lashing out because they're feeling insecure or hurt or angry, and by reacting to them, you're only feeding into that negative energy. But by staying silent, you're refusing to engage with their pain. You're choosing to rise above it to be the bigger person. And here's the beautiful thing: sometimes your silence can be the very thing that helps the other person heal. When you refuse to react, you're sending a message of compassion and understanding. You're telling them that you see their pain, but you won't let it control you. And in that moment, you may just be the catalyst for their own growth and healing. Of course, this doesn't mean you should never stand up for yourself. There are times when speaking out and taking action is absolutely necessary, but the key is to do it from a place of calm and centeredness, not from a place of reactivity and anger. So how do you cultivate this ability to be silent and never react? It starts with mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions and notice when you're getting triggered. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that you have a choice in how you respond. It also helps to have a strong sense of self-worth. When you know your own value, you're less likely to be swayed by the opinions and actions of others. You can stand firm in who you are and let the negativity of others roll off your back like water off a duck. Another powerful tool is empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and imagine what might be driving their hurtful behavior. This doesn't mean you excuse their actions, but it can help you respond with compassion rather than anger. And finally, practice forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean you condone what the other person did or that you forget about it, but it does mean you release the hold their actions have over you. You choose to let go of the anger and resentment and move forward with grace and dignity. Being silent and never reacting is a skill that takes time and practice to master, but I promise you it's worth it. When you can remain calm and centered no matter what life throws at you, you become a beacon of strength and resilience. You inspire others with your courage and grace, and you create a ripple effect of positivity that touches everyone around you. So the next time someone hurts you, take a deep breath and remember you have a choice. You can react with anger and pain, or you can choose to be silent and never react. You can choose to rise above the negativity and be a force for good in the world. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because when you can master the art of being silent and never reacting, you become unstoppable. You become a true leader, a shining example of what it means to live with integrity and grace. And who knows, your silence may just be the very thing that changes someone's life for the better. Your refusal to engage with negativity may be the spark that ignites their own journey of growth and healing. So stand tall, my friends. Be silent and never react. Let your strength and resilience speak for themselves, and watch as the world around you transforms in ways you never thought possible. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. We are all in this together, navigating the ups and downs of life as best we can. And when we support each other with compassion and understanding, there is nothing we cannot achieve. So go out there and be the change you wish to see in the world. Lead by example and show others what it means to live with courage and grace. And always, always remember you are stronger than you know and capable of more than you ever imagined. Being silent and never reacting is not about being passive or weak. It's about being strategic and wise. It's about knowing when to pick your battles and when to let things go. It's about preserving your energy and your peace of mind for the things that truly matter. And here's the thing: when you master the art of being silent and never reacting, you become a magnet for positivity and success. People are drawn to your calm and centered energy, and doors start to open up for you in ways you never thought possible. But it's not just about personal success. When you choose to be silent and never react, you also become a powerful force for good in the world. You inspire others to rise above negativity and conflict and to approach life with compassion and understanding. Think about the great leaders throughout history, people like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, and Martin Luther King Jr. They all faced incredible adversity and opposition, but they never let it control them. They remained silent in the face of hatred and violence, and they never reacted with anger or aggression. Instead, they chose to meet negativity with love and compassion. They chose to be the bigger person, to rise above the fray and lead by example. And in doing so, they changed the course of history and inspired countless others to do the same. So let their example be a guiding light for you on your own journey. Let their courage and grace inspire you to be silent and never react, even in the face of great adversity. And remember, this is not a one-time thing. Being silent and never reacting is a daily practice, a constant choice to rise above negativity and lead with love. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. So start small. The next time someone says something hurtful to you, take a deep breath and choose not to react. The next time you find yourself in a difficult situation, choose to approach it with calm and centeredness. And as you continue to practice being silent and never reacting, you'll find that it becomes easier and more natural over time. You'll start to see the world in a different light, and you'll start to attract more positivity and success into your life. But more than that, you'll start to see the impact you have on those around you. You'll start to notice how your calm and centered energy inspires others to be their best selves, and how your refusal to engage with negativity creates a ripple effect of positivity that touches everyone you meet. And that, my friends, is the true power of being silent and never reacting. It's not just about personal growth and success, it's about being a force for good in the world and inspiring others to do the same. So go out there and be the change you wish to see. Lead with love, and never let negativity control you. Be silent and never react. And always, always remember, you are capable of incredible things. You have the power to transform your life and the lives of those around you simply by choosing to rise above negativity and lead with compassion and grace. So stand tall, my friends. Be silent and never react. And watch as the world around you transforms in ways you never thought possible. And as you continue on this journey of being silent and never reacting, you'll start to notice something incredible happening within yourself. You'll start to feel a sense of inner peace and calm that you've never experienced before. You'll start to realize that your happiness and well-being don't depend on external circumstances or the actions of others. They come from within. This is the true gift of being silent and never reacting. It's not just about avoiding conflict or maintaining your composure. It's about finding a deep sense of inner peace and contentment that nothing and no one can take away from you. And the more you practice this, the more you'll start to see the world in a different light. You'll start to appreciate the beauty and goodness in everyone and everything around you. You'll start to see challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning rather than obstacles to be overcome. You'll start to approach life with a sense of curiosity and wonder, always eager to learn and grow and expand your horizons. And as you do this, you'll start to attract more and more positivity and abundance into your life. Because here's the thing, when you're coming from a place of inner peace and calm, you become a magnet for good things. People are drawn to your positive energy, and opportunities start to flow to you effortlessly. But it's not just about what you attract into your life, it's also about what you give to others. When you're able to be silent and never react, you become a source of comfort and support for those around you. You become the person that others turn to in times of need because they know that you'll always respond with compassion and understanding. And as you continue to give this gift to others, you'll start to see the ripple effect it has on the world around you. You'll start to see how your kindness and compassion inspire others to be their best selves, and how your positive energy creates a chain reaction of goodness that touches everyone you meet. This is the true power of being silent and never reacting. It's not just about avoiding negativity, it's about creating positivity and spreading it far and wide. And the best part is anyone can do this. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. You have the power within you to be silent and never react, and to create a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. So start today, start small and be patient with yourself. Remember that this is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, and there will be times when it feels like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But keep going. Keep practicing being silent and never reacting. Even when it's hard, keep focusing on your inner peace and calm, and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And as you do this, you'll start to see your life transform in ways you never thought possible. You'll start to feel a sense of purpose and meaning that goes beyond anything you've ever experienced before. You'll start to realize that you have the power to create the life of your dreams simply by choosing to be silent and never react. So don't wait another moment. Start today and never look back. Be the change you wish to see in the world, and watch as your life becomes a masterpiece of joy, abundance, and endless possibility. And always remember, you are not alone on this journey. You are surrounded by a community of like-minded individuals who are all striving to be their best selves and create a better world for everyone. Reach out to them. Connect with them. Share your stories and your struggles and listen to theirs. Support each other and lift each other up. Because together we are unstoppable. Together we have the power to create a world of peace, love, and understanding. A world where being silent and never reacting is the norm, and where negativity and conflict are a thing of the past. So let's do this, my friends. Let's be the change we wish to see, and let's create a world that we can all be proud of. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because at the end of the day, this is what life is all about: coming together in love and compassion and creating something beautiful and meaningful that will last for generations to come. So be silent and never react. Lead with love and never let negativity control you. And always, always remember, you are capable of incredible things, and the world is waiting for you to make your mark. Let's do this together, and let's create a future that we can all be proud of. In a world filled with constant chatter, endless distractions, and the incessant need to be heard, I want to share with you a profound truth that has the power to transform your life in ways you never thought possible. It's a truth that goes against the grain of our modern society, a truth that may seem counterintuitive at first, but one that holds the key to unlocking the doors to everything you've ever wanted in life. And that truth is simply this: be silent, and you will get everything in life. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How can being silent possibly lead to success, happiness, and fulfillment? It's a fair question, and one that I'm going to explore with you today. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you felt like the more you talked, the less people listened? Where you felt like your words were falling on deaf ears, and no matter how hard you tried, you just couldn't seem to get your point across? If so, you're not alone. In fact, it's a common experience for many of us. We live in a world that values noise, that equates success with being the loudest voice in the room. And that tells us that the only way to get ahead is to constantly promote ourselves and our ideas. But what if I told you that there's another way? What if I told you that the secret to getting everything you want in life lies not in being the loudest, but in being the most silent? You see, when we're constantly talking, we're not really listening, we're not truly present in the moment, and we're not able to fully absorb the wisdom and insights of those around us. We're so busy trying to be heard that we miss out on the profound opportunities for growth, connection, and understanding that come from simply being still and listening. But when we choose to be silent, something incredible happens. We create space for others to speak, and in doing so, we open ourselves up to new perspectives, new ideas, and new possibilities. We allow others to feel heard and valued, and we build stronger, more meaningful relationships as a result. But the benefits of silence go far beyond just improving our relationships with others. When we're silent, we also create space for ourselves to listen to our own inner voice, to tune into our own intuition and wisdom, and to gain clarity on what it is that we truly want in life. Think about it. How often do we get caught up in the noise and chaos of everyday life, to the point where we lose sight of our own goals and dreams? How often do we allow the opinions and expectations of others to drown out our own inner guidance? When we're silent, we give ourselves the opportunity to cut through the noise and reconnect with our own truth. We create space for introspection, self-reflection, and deep inner work, and we emerge with a clearer sense of purpose, direction, and intention. And when we have that clarity, when we know exactly what it is that we want and why we want it, something incredible happens. The universe begins to conspire in our favor. Doors begin to open, opportunities begin to arise, and everything we've ever wanted starts to flow into our lives with ease and grace. Now, I know that might sound a bit esoteric or woo-woo to some of you, but hear me out. Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to have everything they want in life? How they seem to effortlessly achieve their goals, attract amazing people and opportunities, and live with a sense of joy, fulfillment, and abundance. It's not because they're lucky or because they have some special secret that the rest of us don't know about. It's because they've learned to harness the power of silence. They've learned to quiet their minds, tune into their own inner wisdom, and trust in the journey of life to unfold exactly as it's meant to. And the beautiful thing is, this power is available to all of us at any time. We all have the capacity to be silent, to listen deeply, and to connect with the infinite wisdom and intelligence that lies within us. But it's not always easy, is it? In a world that's constantly pulling us in a million different directions, it can be challenging to find moments of true silence and stillness. It can feel uncomfortable, even scary, to sit with ourselves and confront the thoughts and feelings that arise when we're not distracted by external noise. But that's where the real growth happens. That's where we begin to peel back the layers of who we think we are and discover the truth of who we really are. That's where we begin to shed the limiting beliefs, the self-doubt, and the fear that's been holding us back, and step into our full potential as human beings. And the more we practice silence, the more we begin to see its transformative power in every area of our lives. We become better listeners, better communicators, and better leaders. We become more creative, more intuitive, and more attuned to the needs of others. We become more resilient in the face of challenges, more grounded in our own sense of self, and more open to the endless possibilities that life has to offer. So how do we cultivate more silence in our lives? How do we begin to harness its power and use it to create the lives we truly want? It starts with a simple commitment to making space for it, to carving out time each day to sit in stillness, to quiet our minds, and to simply be present with ourselves. Whether it's through meditation, prayer, journaling, or simply taking a walk in nature, the key is to create a regular practice of silence and self-reflection. It also means being willing to let go of the need to constantly fill the silence with noise, to resist the urge to check our phones, to scroll through social media, or to engage in mindless chatter just for the sake of avoiding discomfort. Instead, we can learn to embrace the silence, to sit with the discomfort, and to trust that in the stillness we will find the answers we seek. We can learn to listen deeply, not just to others, but to ourselves and to the whispers of our own souls. And as we do, something incredible begins to happen. We begin to attract people and opportunities that are aligned with our deepest values and desires. We begin to manifest our dreams and goals with ease and grace. And we begin to live with a sense of purpose, passion, and joy that is truly unshakable. So if you're ready to transform your life in ways you never thought possible, if you're ready to unlock the doors to everything you've ever wanted, then I invite you to embrace the power of silence, to create space for stillness, to listen deeply, and to trust in the journey of life to unfold exactly as it's meant to. It won't always be easy, and it won't always be comfortable. But I promise you this, on the other side of the silence, you will find a life that is richer, more fulfilling, and more abundant than you ever could have imagined. You see, when we're silent, we create space for miracles to happen. We open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities of the universe, and we allow ourselves to be guided by a wisdom that is far greater than our own. We begin to see that everything we need is already within us, and that the only thing standing between us and our deepest desires is our own willingness to be still and listen. And as we cultivate that willingness, as we learn to trust in the power of silence, we begin to experience life in a whole new way. We begin to flow with the natural rhythm of the universe, to surrender to the ebbs and flows of life, and to find peace and contentment in the present moment. We begin to see that every challenge, every obstacle, every setback is simply an opportunity for growth and transformation. We begin to approach life with a sense of curiosity, openness, and wonder, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it's meant to. And in that space of trust and surrender, we find a freedom that is truly indescribable. We find a sense of peace, purpose, and fulfillment that comes from knowing that we are exactly where we're meant to be, doing exactly what we're meant to do. So if you're ready to experience that freedom for yourself, if you're ready to unlock the doors to everything you've ever wanted in life, then I invite you to take a deep breath. Close your eyes and simply be silent. Allow yourself to sink into the stillness, to feel the quiet power of your own presence, and to listen deeply to the whispers of your own soul. Trust that in the silence you will find the answers you seek. Trust that in the stillness you will find the strength, the courage, and the clarity to create the life you truly desire. And above all, trust in the journey of life to unfold exactly as it's meant to. Trust that every step, every challenge, every moment of discomfort is leading you closer to your highest purpose and your deepest joy. For in the end, that is the true power of silence, the power to connect us with the infinite wisdom, love, and abundance that is our birthright as human beings. You see, the power of silence is not just about achieving our goals and manifesting our desires, as important as those things may be. It's about something much deeper, much more profound. It's about discovering who we truly are and learning to live in alignment with our highest truth. When we're constantly caught up in the noise and chatter of the world around us, it's easy to lose sight of that truth. It's easy to get swept up in the expectations and opinions of others, to conform to societal norms and pressures, and to forget the uniqueness and brilliance of our own inner light. But when we learn to be silent, when we create space for stillness and introspection, we begin to peel back the layers of conditioning and programming that have obscured our true nature. We begin to remember the essence of who we are beneath the roles and labels and labenities we've taken on. And in that remembering, we find a sense of wholeness, a sense of completeness that is truly unshakable. We discover that we are not broken, we are not lacking, we are not in need of fixing or improving. We are already perfect, whole, and complete exactly as we are. From that place of wholeness, we begin to show up differently in the world. We begin to speak and act from a place of authenticity, integrity and truth. We begin to make choices that are aligned with our deepest values and desires rather than the expectations or approval of others. And as we do, we naturally begin to attract people, circumstances, and opportunities that are in alignment with that truth. We find ourselves surrounded by individuals who support and encourage us, who see and celebrate the unique gifts and talents we have to offer. We find doors opening, paths unfolding, and possibilities expanding in ways we never could have imagined. Not because we've forced or manipulated our way there, but because we've surrendered to the natural flow and rhythm of life itself. And in that surrender, we find a sense of ease, grace, and effortlessness that is truly remarkable. We begin to understand that life is not meant to be a struggle, a constant uphill battle against the odds. It's meant to be a joyful dance, a co-creative partnership with the universe itself. But to truly experience that partnership, to truly step into the flow and magic of life, we must be willing to embrace the silence. We must be willing to let go of the constant need for stimulation, distraction, and noise, and to simply be present with what is. In that presence, we find the courage to face our deepest fears, to heal our oldest wounds, and to transform our most limiting beliefs. We find the strength to let go of the past, to forgive ourselves and others, and to embrace the infinite possibilities of the present moment. And as we do, we begin to radiate a light and a presence that is truly magnetic. We become a beacon of hope, inspiration, and possibility for all those around us, not because of what we say or do, but because of who we are. So if you're ready to step into that light, if you're ready to discover the true power and potential that lies within you, then I invite you to embrace the silence. to create space for stillness, reflection, and inner exploration, and to trust in the journey of life to unfold exactly as it's meant to. It may not always be easy, and it may not always be comfortable, but I promise you this, on the other side of the silence, you will find a life that is more rich, more vibrant, and more fulfilling than you ever could have imagined. You will find a sense of purpose, passion, and joy that springs from the very depths of your being. You will find a connection to something greater than yourself, a knowing that you are part of an infinite web of life, love, and intelligence. And you will find the courage, the strength, and the resilience to face any challenge, any obstacle, any setback that comes your way, knowing that it is all part of the perfect unfolding of your highest path. So trust in the silence, my friends. Trust in the stillness, the quiet, and the calm. Trust that in the absence of noise and distraction, you will find the very essence of who you are and the very purpose for which you came. And from that place of trust, watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Watch as the pieces fall into place, as the synchronicities and miracles begin to unfold, and as the universe conspires to support you in every way imaginable. For in the end, that is the true power of silence, the power to unlock the infinite potential that lies within each and every one of us. The power to connect us with the very source of life itself and to remind us of the incredible beings that we truly are. And as we learn to harness that power, as we learn to trust in the silence and the stillness, we become unstoppable forces for good in the world. We become agents of change, transformation, and healing, not just for ourselves, but for all those whose lives we touch. So let us embrace the silence, let us welcome the stillness, and let us trust in the journey of life to lead us exactly where we need to go. Let us have the courage to face our fears, the compassion to forgive our mistakes, and the faith to keep moving forward even when the path is uncertain. And above all, let us remember that we are never alone, that we are always guided and supported by a love and an intelligence that is far greater than ourselves. Let us open ourselves up to that love, to that guidance, and to the infinite possibilities that await us in every moment. For in the end, that is the true gift of life, the opportunity to discover who we are, to share our unique gifts and talents with the world, and to leave this planet a little bit better than we found it. And it all begins with a simple choice, the choice to be silent, to listen deeply, and to trust in the unfolding of our highest path. So take a deep breath, my friends, close your eyes and let yourself sink into the silence. Feel the quiet power of your own presence, the infinite wisdom and potential that lies within you. And know that in this moment you have everything you need to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. A life of purpose, passion, and joy. A life of abundance, love, and fulfillment. A life that is truly worthy of the incredible being that you are. So let's embrace the silence, let's trust in the journey, and let's step into the lives we were born to live. Together, let's create a world that is more kind, more compassionate, more loving, and more beautiful than we ever thought possible. And let's do it one moment of silence at a time, one breath at a time, one choice at a time. For in the end, that is the true power of silence, the power to transform ourselves, our lives, and the world around us one precious moment at a time. So be silent, my friends. Listen deeply, trust fully, and know that you are loved, supported, and guided in every moment. And watch as your life unfolds in ways that are more magnificent, more miraculous, and more incredible than you ever could have imagined. Thank you.